galaxy thought humans were predictable because humans kept records, honored schedules, signed treaties carefully, and announced their laws before enforcing them. Old empires called this transparency a weakness, a map any clever predator could use. The Gyr Dominion built its invasion on that belief, studying human response patterns for 15 years. Every patrol route, every rescue doctrine, every public vote, every speech about restraint, they knew the human script. Until humanity changed the stage, the Dominion's first move was textbook manipulation. A border raid disguised as pirate action, a hostage crisis on the Moon Seraph, and a false peace offer meant to delay Earth's fleet while Gyr warships surrounded the colony. Analysts predicted humanity would negotiate for civilians, avoid escalation, and send rescue teams along the safest visible route, exactly as Earth had done in 6 previous crises. Earth did negotiate, but not with the Dominion. While Gyr commanders waited for human envoys, Earth spoke to dock workers, hostage families, maintenance guilds, fuel clerks, and conscript pilots inside the occupied moon. Messages moved through plumbing sensors, prayer clocks, children's toys, and old emergency radios the Dominion had not bothered to jam, because empires predict governments and forget people. By the time the Gyr Admiral opened formal talks, Seraph's civilians already knew where to hide, where to cut wires, and when to breathe. Predictability had been bait-wrapped in habit. Admiral Kira Holt led the public relief fleet exactly where Gyr models expected. 3 hospital ships, 4 escort cruisers, no heavy carriers. Slow approach, open channels, visible restraint. The Gyr Admiral smiled and ordered capture nets prepared. Believing Earth had placed its soft heart within reach, then every hospital ship detached false panels and released not weapons, but shield projectors, rescue pods, and signal mirrors aimed at the moon. The escorts were not there to fight. They were there to make rescue unavoidable. Seraph's civilians moved at the same instant. Maintenance guilds flooded invader barracks with harmless sleep vapor. Children's shelters broadcast decoy heat. Dock workers locked troop elevators between floors, and old miners opened pressure tunnels under the landing fields. The Dominion suddenly controlled buildings full of emptiness, and corridors full of traps that did not kill, only delayed, confused, and recorded. The Gyr had predicted Earth's mercy, not its architecture. Angry, the Admiral ordered orbital bombardment. The one human choice every Gyr model said Earth would fear most, but the bombardment keys failed. Not hacked in the dramatic sense, simply unavailable. Removed by a Gyr weapons officer who had been reading Earth's secret messages for hours and had decided he would not burn children to protect a prediction. When his commander reached for a sidearm, 2 other officers stopped him. The script tore itself from inside. Earth's hidden strike fleet appeared only after the hostages were safe, rising from behind Seraph's ice giant, not to destroy the Dominion armada, but to seal it, every jump vector closed, every fuel tender disabled, every propaganda relay captured. Admiral Holt sent one message: "You predicted our restraint correctly. You predicted our helplessness incorrectly. Surrender while your crews can still choose honor." The Gyr Emperor declared the defeat impossible. He insisted humans had broken their own pattern, as if warfare required prey to remain convenient. So he launched the second phase, an attack on Earth's supply web, calculated to force predictable defensive trade. But humanity had spent the Seraph crisis feeding the Dominion false assumptions. Warehouses marked essential were empty, convoys marked civilian carried decoys, and real supplies moved through old Allied lanes beyond Imperial charts. Guided by species Earth had once saved from disasters too small for Gyr history. The Dominion attacked shadows and called them victories. For 3 weeks, Gyr fleets captured useless depots, seized obsolete maps, and broadcast images of warehouses filled with sand. Their citizens cheered because the palace told them these were strategic triumphs. But soldiers began noticing that every victory made them hungrier, farther from repair, and more hated by occupied locals who had already received Earth's evacuation plans. The Empire's predictive model kept asking why humanity was not reacting. Humanity was reacting, just not where the enemy was looking. The decisive move came at Thalon Mirror, the Dominion's central computation moon. Where every invasion model was updated, Earth did not attack the moon with warships. It sent a public legal challenge, accusing the Dominion of using civilian behavior predictions to optimize hostage pressure. The challenge forced neutral auditors into the data archive, and inside, they found plans for future massacres, manipulation campaigns, and entire worlds reduced to behavioral farms. Truth became the weapon no prediction survived. The Jir Emperor tried to close the archive by force, sending his royal guard to destroy the moon, but Admiral Holt had waited for that order. The guard fleet emerged into a corridor filled with neutral observers, allied shield ships, and human carriers whose existence had been hidden behind predictable restraint. The Emperor's own command code authorized evidence of destruction, and every GR citizen watching understood what he valued more than innocence. That was when the Dominion stopped obeying its model. Provinces rebelled, governors defected, fleets refused orders that smelled like another trap, and officers began asking whether humans had truly been predictable, or whether decency itself had fooled the Empire because the Empire could only imagine decency as weakness. Holt accepted surrenders by the thousands, never wasting a shot where a choice could work, never making a martyr where a witness would do. By the end, Earth had done everything it always promised to do: protect civilians, follow law, offer surrender, record truth, and strike only necessity. Yet the Dominion collapsed because it had predicted the shape of human goodness. While missing the depth of human preparation, it knew humans would rescue hostages, but not that rescue could be an offensive doctrine. It knew humans would avoid slaughter, but not that restraint could isolate commanders. It knew humans would tell the truth, but not that truth could burn palaces down. The galaxy thought humans were predictable. They were wrong. Humans were consistent, not simple, merciful, not passive, transparent, not empty, when Earth showed a rule. Tyrant saw a cage when Earth saw a rule. It saw a foundation strong enough to build surprises upon after the Jur fell. Every strategist updated their models with a final note: never mistake a human promise for the full measure of human imagination.